Gamescom, we are showing off the single-player game. We're having people play it. We're showing off PC for the first time. Everybody's been very excited to see our PC implementation, so that's on the show floor. People are playing that. And another big thing we're showing off, in addition to our PC implementation, is XCOM multiplayer. I bet you want to know about XCOM multiplayer. So we're very excited. Multiplayer was in the project from the very beginning, and so what we have is that the design is fairly straightforward. Before a multiplayer match, each player gets 10,000 points that they can use to what we call buy anything. You can buy any alien, you can buy any soldier, you can buy any inventory item, and you can make basically an unending mix of squads. And so you build this squad out of 10,000 points. You know, the big, tough aliens and soldiers cost more. The small and weak aliens cost not much at all. And so you fill the squad out for 10,000 points, and then you face off against another player squad, and the last player standing wins. So it's very straightforward, but the strategy comes through. You have no idea what you're going to face. So it could be, you could build one super powerful unit who's deadly, or you could have 6 smaller, much less powerful units, or of course you have the crazy mixes. And so all the alien abilities, soldier abilities, you try to have them sort of work together. And so you're always surprised at what the other player brings. You're always developing a new strategy for your own squad. Multiplayer, the way the matches work is that the players are on, it's turn-based, so it's like the single-player game, but it's on a turn timer. So the turn time is very fast, about 90 seconds or so. Matches are less than 15, they're maybe 15 to 20 minutes. And what happens is the player starts at a different location around the map, and then it is like an XCOM single player match in the sense that you have to find and take out the enemy. Typically what you want to do is, depending on the map, you want to grab elevation, which gives you lots of bonuses to your shots. And so you find yourself sort of fighting around the center of the map, but it just depends, I mean, on what aliens you brought. You know, floaters, they can teleport, what we call the launch ability, so they can move anywhere on the map, so they're great scouts to sort of find them. The chrysalids are incredibly fast, so they cover long distances. And it just becomes this sort of cat and mouse game of sort of hiding from the other player, finding the other player, trying to find his stragglers and kill them. And eventually it sort of cycles around the edge of the map until you've got a couple of units just duking it out.
No way that just happened! Damn it, missed the target.
There are areas in the map that are strategically valuable. We don't have any sort of control point system. Instead, those areas are actually gameplay valuable. So having areas with height and lots of what we call full cover, so like great offensive and defensive positions. And again, it depends on what soldiers and aliens you've brought. Certainly the flying aliens and the flying soldiers can make their own height anywhere they go. Some units have abilities that they do better at elevation. So again, it's the sort of thing where it just really depends on what you have. But certainly there are lots of strategic areas in the map where you can sort of stake yourself out. The match starts at full power, and basically you're sort of whittling each other away. So you never build up, and instead it's sort of this battle of attrition where units are getting knocked off left and right. And it's the sort of thing where you're always going to lose units, and then your tactics have to evolve based on what he has left, what you have left, and so you sort of start full squad power, and then you sort of fight it out to the death. Multiplayer is 1v1, and you know, the turn timers, which of course are fully adjustable, the point limits, which are fully adjustable as well. I mean, we have ranked matches and of course local matches, LAN, all those types of games. We have one single player mode. Part of that is because we really wanted to make sure the single player experience that we were working on that got most of our attention. It's a very big, long, epic game, and so we focused mostly on single player, but we always wanted to do multiplayer, have like a nice rewarding multiplayer mode, but we wanted to do, we want to focus on it and make sure we do one mode really well. When choosing your squad at the beginning of a match, we sort of threw out the narrative, and we just said, you know what, we're sort of open up the toy box and just say you can combine units in any way that you want, no matter what team they're on, no matter what faction they came from. humans and aliens of all types basically working together, which is sounds kind of harmonious, but then you go and kill a bunch of other humans and aliens, so it's terrible. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's no narrative to it. We didn't want to limit the gameplay mechanics for narrative purpose. Release date is October 12th, October 9th in North America, and we are on PC, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360.